What is this?
A deer.
A deer, a baby deer. Do you see his spots? That lets you know he's a baby deer. It's called Once Upon a Springtime. Yes, Addie?
Do you do the picture walk?
I can do the picture walk if you would like for me to. We can. Once Upon a Springtime. It's by Jean Marzolo, illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. And here we see the baby deer. He's just been born. He's all curled up. Here he's grown a little bit and he's drinking water from the stream. And here he's out in a field with his mother. And they see some kids over here in the field. Do you see the kids?
What about the yellow pages?
We'll go back and read it, okay, and you can see it then. And here he is. He's found a friend, another baby deer that's a friend. And here he's getting bigger and he's lost his spots. It's now fall of the year because the leaves have turned. And what season is this where it's snowing? It's winter, that's right. So he tells about what he does in the winter time. And here's a big snowy time, and he's all curled up with snow on him. And he tells about what all he has to do in the winter. And finally, the snow is starting to melt. And I'm having problems turning the page here today. And now, oh, look what's happening here. What does he see on the inside?
Christmas.
A Christmas tree, and the kids are decorating. Well, they're just decorating, so I guess they haven't got the presents under the tree yet. But they'll get some presents.
Is it Christmas?
It is Christmas, that's right. And so here the poor deer is, he's all curled up and snow is on him. Here the snow starts to melt and it's springtime. Okay. And here the grass is green. There's some flowers blooming. Looks like tulips blooming right there. That's a special kind of flower that blooms this time of year. And here's more flowers blooming. And there he is. He's a big deer. All right, let's go back and read Once Upon a Springtime. Yes, Addie?
Because it's springtime today, I was thinking about I was gonna make a smoothie stand
Oh,
to
that'd be
get
nice.
more money in my piggy bank.
Nice, nice. So let's do our story. Once upon a springtime. Once upon a springtime, I was born. So the little deer is doing the talking. I was born. I lay in a little patch of leaves. Only my mother knew where I was. So he was hiding out, wasn't he? When I was 2 weeks old, I stood up and walked. I learned to eat twigs and leaves and to drink from a stream. Once upon a springtime, I learned to play. I peeked at strangers playing too. The strangers were these kids out in the field. They are called children, my mother said. Once upon a springtime, I grew and grew. I ate leaves at dawn and flowers by moonlight. We danced in the farmer's garden where the food was everywhere. So they even got the farmer's garden. Now it's autumn. Once upon a time in autumn, leaves fell from the trees. The air was chilly. I shed my thin coat and grew a thick one. The children had new coats too. I don't know if you can see the kids back here. They have on coats just like we have had to wear this winter. I ate my first apple and my first acorn. They were the best things I had ever eaten. They fell to the ground and all around me. Once upon a time it was winter time. The wind blew and the snow fell. The apples and the acorns were buried. The air was so cold that the children had to stay inside. I followed my mother to a secret place where the wind was less strong. We lay in a bed of snow under the pine trees and tried to sleep. When we were too hungry to sleep, we got up to look for food. There wasn't much to eat because other deer were hungry too. They ate all the cedar twigs. So try the oak trees, my mother said. Oak twigs were sour, but I ate them anyway. When they were all gone, she said, try the ash trees. Ash twigs were bitter, but I ate them too because I was hungry. When all the ash twigs were gone, my mother said, try spruce. Okay, this is where we watch children come into the woods and cut down a spruce tree. They eat spruce trees too, I asked. No, what were they going to do with that tree? They weren't going to eat it. What were they going to do with it? They were taking it home for their Christmas tree. That's right. No, said my mother. Look, we peeked into their home and saw the tree inside the house. The children were putting flowers on it. Is that what they were doing? They weren't putting flowers on the tree, were they?
They were decorating.
They were decorating it with ornaments, weren't they? Christmas tree ornaments, absolutely. But he thought it was flowers. I don't understand, I said. It's called Christmas, she said. Do we have Christmas, I asked. No, Mom said, we have spring.
I don't know.
Yes. What is spring, I asked. When new food grows, said my mother. When does spring come, I asked. Soon, she said, and we lay in our snow bed and we waited. Okay? And then one day, the sunshine tickled my nose. Sunshine on his nose. I heard birds singing. I heard the children. My bed was melting. All around me, tiny pink buds dotted the trees. There was food everywhere. The tulips were my very favorite. See, he's got a flower right here in his mouth. You think he was supposed to be eating those tulips? Probably not, was he? Once upon a springtime, I was 1 year old. Happy birthday, said my mother. Happy spring, too. And there he goes off into the field. He's a big 1-year-old deer now. So that's what happens to deer in the springtime.